Happy Fed meeting day to all of those of you who celebrate. It's going to be a big one, of course. Everybody's sitting around waiting for Jerome Powell to tell us what's going to happen with the money, man. That's going to be in a few hours. Time after we have this live stream, America's going to tell us what's happening. We got the latest on that to discuss. We got charts. We got Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP. It's going to be a good time. Make sure you stick around until the second half of this live stream, because guess what? We're going to be answering your questions. It'll be a good time. So, I just like this comment. Get ready to hold on to your butts today. Yes, Mike. Yes, indeed. I'm ready. Let's go. Don't hold too tight, guys. That can cause problems. Anyway, sitting on my white throne, waiting for Jim Buddy's taking it literally, man. He's grabbing his butt. Let's go. Okay. This made me crack up. Stocks all-time highs, gold all-time highs, real estate all-time highs, crypto. I'm drinking my pee, guys. Pump fun live streams are crazy, dude. What's going on? Craziness. Anyway, serious stuff. Serious. Okay, no time for this silliness around here. It's Fed Day, baby. The FOMC meeting. Markets are pricing in a 96% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut with just 4% odds for a 50% basis point cut. Okay. Rate cuts equal cheaper capital. Cheaper capital is what fuels risk assets like crypto. Obviously, there could be a sell the news event after this. Everybody's getting very excited in the lead up to it. Be classic. I feel like crypto sold off the news before the news even happened, and then it'll sell off the news again when the news happens because, you know, crypto. Anyways, no guarantee we're going to have to sell the news. It might just rip after Jerome Powell says this too. Either way, I'm not in any massively dangerous leverage positions or anything like that. And if we do get to sell the news, it'll probably be relatively light, would be my guess, because actually the reality of it means that markets are going to get juiced, man. JP Morgan traders on FOMC scenarios tomorrow. If the Fed hikes, just 1% chance, S&P drops 2 to 4%. If the Fed pauses, S&P drops 1 to 2%. Hawkish tone. So if Jerome Powell's wearing like a red tie, it's all serious. SPX flat to down 0.5%. If he's dovish and says nice things and wears a blue tie, I guess, SPX gains 0.5%. 50 basis point cuts, which is a very small chance at this particular moment, is that no one knows what the hell is going to happen. We either lose 1.5% or gain 1.5%, because either they're cutting out of panic or this is awesome, we should all pump our assets. They can't really make their minds up over JP Morgan, but that's kind of the scenarios they're laying out for you. Zero Hedge pointing out Fed cutting rates when markets are within 1% of all-time high produces an average return of 15% over the next 12 months with a 100% hit rate, according to JP Morgan. We've shared that statistic with you again, but it's worth reminding yourselves. That's crazy, man. We are at all-time highs for stocks today, okay? What do we got here? Capital flows posting this. Credit spreads are at cycle lows and the Fed is cutting. This is not rocket science. Long stonks touch grass. Yes. Yes. Let's go. This is crazy. Geiger Capital shared this one. Atlanta Fed is now projecting that Q3 GDP growth in the USA will be plus 3.4%. Holy shit. America's back, baby. It's pumping. Nice to see, actually. Yeah. Top comment. So why cut interest rates? Shh. Quiet. Let him cut the interest rates. Cut interest rates because the jobs markets are bad. That's why. But the economy's just trucking, baby. But jobs markets are definitely this sort of little thing in the background. Like, we need to do something, man. Okay, so let's see how the rest of the day plays out, but it's getting pretty exciting. Thomas here at Simple Folks. Not only is the U.S. economy resilient, but it's probably reaccelerating into Q4. 3.4% GDP growth. Yes, it's going. The Fed is about to start cutting rates again. This is why everything is melting up and will likely continue to do so. This is the definition of running it hot. It's almost an identical situation to last year when a bad payroll print in early September marked the exact bottom for risk assets as the Fed panicked and started cutting rates. Meanwhile, remarkably, most measures of equity positioning are still subdued. There's still plenty of denial and plenty of performance chasing to be done into the year. And the amount of denial around here is absolutely crazy. The amount of PTSD, the amount of people who I see on social media every 5 seconds, that top is in. Oh, we're down 1%, that top's in. Told you. At some point, well, these people are going to be right. But the amount of times it's like economists predicting recessions. You can call the top, crypto traders have called 97 of the last 2 tops. kind of thing, right? Anyway, everything to the moon, basically, but not in a straight line because it never works like that. Bitcoin still continuing its broad uptrend after breaking the downtrend back here. We had a first higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low looking to be potentially put in here. But if we get a retest back at the 20 or 50-day EMA or the uptrend line, those are likely long opportunities for late longers looking for positions, okay? Right around here. Kiora Hamish, what's up, brother? Kiora back right at you, man. Old Kiwi land. I miss Kiwi land sometimes. I have to go back there and go to Waiheke for a summer vacation or something one of these days. Anyway, continuing. By the way, just one quick thought. The target here for Bitcoin as the next sort of major move, potential peak zone is around $135,000. Okay, just FYI. Quick shout out to Nakamoto, man. Holy cow. This is David Bailey's, the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine. It's his Bitcoin acquisition company. Their stock is down 96%. That's just crazy, man, since May. I mean, goodness gracious. That's brutal. 50% in the last just couple days. I mean, gosh darn, it's either a screaming buy at these levels or I don't know. I'm not buying any. I don't know. I just feel like I've got enough treasury company exposure with Bitmine and what's the other one? SharpLink Gaming. I feel it's like enough. Maybe I should have got a Michael Bailey watching the stream over on Facebook. What's up, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Not enough people watching over on Facebook. Anyway, that's crazy. Again, potentially a deep value. It's trading at 0.5 MNAV, which is pretty cheap for a Bitcoin treasury company. So we'll see what happens here. But potentially very undervalued. Again, I'm not biting on that. Just sharing the chart here. Okay. All right. Oh, we got logged out here. Uh-oh. Anyway, we got logged out. Anyway, guys, I'll tell you about the deal regardless. So, of course, we're trading over here all the time on Bitunix. If you would like to join me trading on Bitunix, I can even get the thing put up here. Let me see here. CRYP. There we go. Look at that. Aha. It's back. Okay. If you want to join us trading over here on Bitunix, available to anyone, anywhere, okay? That's you. And guess what? Never been a better time to sign up because we have insane deals going on right now, okay? Insane deals. Put in $2,000 as a deposit, you get $400 cash back. You'll get 30% off your trading fees when using the link right down below here. These are exclusive links, okay? We have crazy trading bonuses you can see here on the screen. I'm not going to bore you with all the details of that. Plus, we're going to away $1,000 every live stream. So when you sign up down below, you can long rip, short the dips, trade all the big altcoins with deep liquidity, all the fun meme coins, and all that kind of stuff. So right now we have 1,002 people on the giveaway list. Of course, the earlier signed up, the more chance you have to win. Let's ask Grok to choose a couple winners for us here today. Who's going to get the $1,000 in the prizes today? 918 and 469. Nice. 918. This guy here. Aha. I feel like this guy right here is the same guy opening up multiple accounts. But I guess fair play to you, sir. Fair play to you. You got your $500 today. So we'll put that in there. This is not the strategy, by the way. You'll probably get counted as a what do you call it? Airdrop hunter, and they may not honor the other rewards. But anyway, $500 to this guy here. And what was the other one? 469. 469 here. There we go. $500 coming your way. Nice. This dude deposited $686. Got $500 back. Not bad. Plus, would have got a little over $100 in deposit bonus as well. So got almost all your deposit back. That's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy. Nice. Well done. Of course, you got to check your user IDs here, guys. We're doing this all with a spreadsheet. So you got to wait about 24 hours. Then go check your My Rewards Center. Your deposit bonus, your giveaway bonus will be there. Okay. Okay. Continuing. Let's go. So Weimar, nobody sees the real potential of altcoins this cycle, but that's the truth. We're one step away from a massive explosion. Yes. Yes, these are the vibes we need. Psychedelic, I find it baffling how this market works. We have right here the most bullish, clearly obvious bullish setup for the entire altcoin market that we've had throughout the entire duration of the cycle so far. And all I'm seeing is people stabling up and going into cash. PTSD is a real thing, man. People have been deeply effed up by all the big crashes so far this cycle, and the chart's not moving for a lot of coins and FTX and everything else that's happened. Alex Kruger saying people in crypto, Twitter, social media on X here are overinvested in alts with terrible value proposition. This explains why 80% of the pessimism around here. Yes, 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 man. Sometimes you just got to wake up and realize like you are just invested in dog shit coins and you got to get out of them and get into something else, man. Yeah. The remaining 20% comes from listening too much to macro doomers. We've been sharing the macro takes here with you guys. Look, sometimes things have not looked super awesome this year, but the overall trend has been going in the right direction for us. So, and it continues to, and the economy is heating back up. Okay. ETH sitting right at the 20-day EMA. Again, interesting spot for it. If it's going to bounce, it better bounce right in this region. We want to see it hold the 20-day EMA. Expect volatility to come in throughout the Fed meeting today, in the run up to it, during the Fed meeting while Jerome's talking, post the Fed meeting. There can be all kinds of malarkey happening on the charts here, but as long as the daily for ETH closes above the 20-day EMA, we're all good, okay? Athena's had a major pullback. We were highlighting this last week. I still have not added a position for this. You know, speaking of those, underperforming altcoins and stuff like that, or being allocated to the wrong coins, sometimes look at a few of my coins in my bag and think just, yeah, maybe time to cut those or something else, man. Anyway, probably getting into a value zone back here. Apparently there's a lot of, there's a big community drop or something like that coming up soon. So, yeah, might put more sell pressure on the chart here, unfortunately. It's one of those ones that's been a victim of its own success. VCs made so much money on Athena, so every time they get their unlocks and stuff, they're just like, oh, and make some more money. Great. I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game, man. XRP 20-day EMA bounce currently in play. Let's go. This could be the start of a new major uptrend here for the bread garlic house coin. What you want to see is something like this start to play out on our way back up to $4 approximately. This is just, fantasy line here, but that's kind of what you want to start seeing is now we've got our higher high, our higher low, and now we need to put in a new higher high. Okay. But I think risk reward here of trying to catch a 20-day EMA retest after a major downtrend breakout is not bad for XRP. Okay. Sui is some big news. Proud to be a launch partner for Google's new agentic payments platform. The Sui stack brings fast programmable payments, privacy-first identity to power real agentic commerce. This is the future of AI automation. Great stuff, Sui. Great stuff. Did not move the price very much. I remember back in last cycle, previous cycle before that, even a whiff of a kind of partnership like that would send a coin just spiking like more crazy than you could think, man. Not these days. Not these days, man. You get a big partnership announcement, and it's just like, yeah. Anyway, regardless, trade is still open here on Sui, and I still think we're going to gun up for a potential breakout here, especially with we get some tailwinds coming in from the rate cut. But if we get a strong sell the news on that, then probably come back down here to like 336 or something like that. My stop loss will get hit around here, and that's fine. Maybe we'll look for re-entry on that trade in particular. On our way back to $4, our Lark holds XRP. I've got a futures position open on XRP. That's it right now. You guys know, not hating on XRP. It's good to trade, man. The bread garlic house has got a lot of nice clean chart action on it the last year or so. By the way, Steven Seagal, I love your movies, man. Under Siege, great film. Solana's been kind of chilling up here in this sort of 230 range. And again, I'd like to keep pointing out any retest of the 20-day EMA is probably an interesting entry point if you were late to Solana here. Okay. Now we've been beating the drum on Solana for this whole period of time right in here. Okay. Now we have ETFs, digital asset treasury companies, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Can you talk about, are you talking about Ethereum Classic? Oh my God, Randy. Oh my God. Someone's asked about Ethereum Classic again. I have zero interest in it. It's some of the most dead chains you could possibly imagine. Literally no one gives a shit about or does anything or uses in any way Ethereum Classic. I know there's like those 5 nerds out there that are sitting around doing something over there, having some kind of circle jerk on Ethereum Classic, but like, holy crap. No, I have no interest in Ethereum Classic. Pump, baby, let's go. Pump here, consolidating around the 0.8 cent mark. Let's get us up to a penny here. I think this thing goes to like 10 cents, man. I know that may sound pretty crazy, but the metrics, it just all points to higher, especially if we get a broad risk on moment. Now, if we don't get broad risk on vibes, then yeah, no, maybe not. That being said, it's had an incredible run. The RSI got up to 87. I would not be surprised to see a bit of a cool down, a retest of at least the previous all-time high around 0.6 cents, if not a 20-day EME retest, which is down around, 0.67 cents, previous all-time high. Maybe even 0.6 cents down to 20-day EMA. That'd be an interesting spot to watch out for, okay? Pengu sitting at a 20-day EMA, it's chilling. Our long is still open on that. It's still in profits currently. Hopefully, Jerome doesn't cuck our trade today. Yeah. Fartcoin, you know, is just such a big mover. And I wonder if it's going to do it again, to be honest. Now, look, we had a big downtrend breakout here, 20-day EMA retaken after a major downtrend break. Rejected the 50-day EMA 2 or 3 days ago. Currently sitting just here at the 20-day EMA. Back down into an area of price interest from the market. Let's say we've seen it bounce quite a few times from that region. I would watch for a solid reclaim of the 20-day EMA here as a sign of strength from Fartcoin. Okay, if you're looking for a high volatility potential meme coin to trade, that could be one. But my money is quite literally on Pengu, both in spot and a futures trade. I think the penguin's ready to fly, even though penguins don't fly. Okay, that's it. Ethereum Classic is the original. They do not reverse the transaction on the blockchain. If you like what crypto is supposed to be about, you would love ETC, at least in principle. Well, you know, I can appreciate that the Ethereum Classic guys stood on their principles. Fair play. But they definitively lost the battle in terms of mind share, capital, developers, basically anything. Okay, so those guys got to keep the principles. Vitalik and the rest of the dudes got the $500 billion market cap and the tens of billions of dollars in stable coins and all the developers and all the apps and all the layer 2s and everything else. But Ethereum Classic gets to keep the principles. So that's worth, I guess, a few $1 billion according to the market currently. Near or Aptos? Both kind of in the same bucket in a lot of ways. I sold my Near bag, by the way. I still hold Aptos bag. I'm considering rearranging my layer 1 blockchain exposure, so cutting like AVAX and Aptos and Theta in particular. Probably keep my Say bag for now, and reallocating those over to some kind of DeFi, maybe a real world asset play. Yeah. But Near, I mean, if you're bullish on AI stuff, I mean, Near could be an interesting play for that. I feel like a lot of these OG AI coins have really had their asses kicked the last year, but maybe there's an opportunity there. Aptos, I mean, Aptos is doing everything right, man, and the price is just not moving, but it will one day. Don't know if I'll be around for the ride, but it will one day. Pengu's my Sue. We love the penguin. Seriously, Pengu is just going to go so much damn higher, isn't it? By the way, don't forget to hydrate, everybody. Get your red light hats on. Come on. Hype pumped already. Near still has to go. The tricky part is what's going to get bid and not. I think we have to be more selective than ever with our altcoins. And if anything has been proven to us by the market over the last 2 years, you got to be very selective and have to be willing to rotate capital when the time calls for it. Not to say Near can't go up. I certainly can, and I wish them the best. And I think that the guys behind it are some very smart dudes who are doing the right shit. And the chain's got a decent amount of traction, and they've got the right ideas about AI and stuff like that. But price not moving that much, is it? Hype will probably continue to move because of the buyback narrative and because of the mass adoption that it's seeing. Near will continue to struggle in the sea of other layer 1 blockchains, and that's the problem. It doesn't stand out that dramatically from Sui or Aptos or Say or 20 other blockchains in the similar market cap zone. Talk about Kaspa. Kaspa, we talked about it. Look, I don't have much to say about Kaspa, man. I really don't. Why do you never cover Kaspa? It's just not a coin I'm not interested in, man. I know. Sometimes people are like, but Lark, how could you not buy my coin and love it? Look, I can't own every coin. I can't talk about every coin. I can't have an opinion on every coin. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with even the coins that I do own, right? I watch for attention. I watch for narrative. And I just feel like Kaspa, like, yeah, great. They're doing cool shit. We've researched it a couple times. We've done a research report on an X and in a newsletter as well. And it's doing interesting stuff, right? But wishing your bags well, man. Wishing your bags well. Don't get me wrong. I want your coins to go to the moon and for you to make shit tons of money. Okay? Hope that happens for you. Check out the Toshi chart. Let's go. Haven't looked at Toshi chart in a while, so let's have a peek at it. Oh, what happened to that? Well, I'm not buying that, am I? What the heck? There you go. There you go. If somebody loves cats, what the hell happened to that? They listed on a Korean exchange or something like that. Up 92% in a day. Goodness gracious. Yeah, well, congratulations to any Toshi holders. Looks like you are so back. Let's go. That's a crazy, crazy pump, man. I don't know what caused that. Probably some big exchange listing or something, but yeah. Principles are great and all, but we're here to make money. Yeah, that's why it's that classic equation. Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? The Ethereum Classic guys were probably right in what they did. But everybody else just wanted to make money. So it's a hard reality to grapple with as an investor. Ethereum Classic is as useful as taking a bath with your socks on. That's great. Sold my Toshi tomorrow. No. You probably did just before the pump too. But you like smoking chicken fish. Yeah, laugh my ass off indeed, dude. I got my ass rinsed on smoking chicken fish. Happens, okay? Gotta remember, maybe it's time for the disclaimer. Guys, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm just here to bullshit on the internet, have a good time, share some opinions on stuff. You find value from that, fantastic. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. I lose money on shit all the time. I lost plenty of money on smoking chicken fish. I thought it was a funny meme. But in the background, what was happening? The whales were manipulating the price. They dumped the living shit out of it, and now it's dead. Maybe it comes back at some point in the future, and the smoking chicken fish takes over the internet again, but it's probably dead, right? And I lost money on it. I put my money on the table. The house took my money. Okay, it happens in the casino. Okay, no crying in the casino, guys. But more importantly, crypto investing is risky. You can lose all your money. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. And past performance is not equated to future performance. Link down below where you can find a full risk disclosure and my portfolio disclosures and see all the coins that I own at any given time. It's updated weekly. Okay. Anyway, there you go. Aerodrome. Bullish and Aerodrome. Don't currently hold any. But I could see getting it back again. Or maybe farming some. I don't know. But bullish and Aerodrome overall. I think that Aerodrome's been absolutely killing it. And I think it's the best sort of beta you can get to base because there's no base token. Toshi got listed on Binance Futures today. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Toshi holders. The Binance cartel's got you. Oh, boy. Do you always follow fundamentals, Ark? Yes and no. Fundamentals are important. but I've seen some incredibly fundamentally sound blockchains that never do shit price-wise. You also have to follow narrative, follow what people are buying, follow what's getting mind share, follow what people are talking about. Here's the thing. I've seen some incredibly fundamental blockchains in my day. Back in my day, all the blockchains are fundamentally sound. Anyway, I've seen a lot of good blockchains over the time, and they've done a lot of cool shit. And there's a lot of new blockchains, a lot of blockchains out there that are still doing cool stuff and are great fundamentals, technology-wise, for example. But if no one's talking about it, you're going to struggle. If no one's buying it, you're going to struggle. Okay? So fundamentals are definitely an important part of it. Look at the pump fundamentals, right? Huge buybacks, huge adoption, huge user base. Great. That's where fundamentals meet good token structure and massive hype and attention and mind share. It's got all the stuff together. Hype or liquids, the same thing. Solana, etc. Right? Doge to $2. Let's go. Let's go, man. Pulse Chain fan? No, I'm not into Richard coins. IP story has been a fast grower, but the chart's interesting. Staircase up. It's got crazy price action, but look at the actual sort of like chain revenue and stuff like that. It's like dramatically low. So I don't know how well story protocol does. I can see the use case. I can see why it's popular and why people sort of believe in that narrative. And the chart, I think, has been pretty good. I haven't looked at it recently. Let's have a quick look, because why the heck not? How's it doing? Yeah, charts is kind of one of those up and to the right charts. I mean, wherever they got going on there, man, people are super into the story over here. It's gone from 250, it's up to 300% since June. So it's absolutely ripping. And it's had a nice uptrend with a good respect of the 20-day EMA. Look at the chart, though. It's crazy. It just goes mega pump, slow grind up, mega pump, slow grind up, mega pump. They got good market makers. Let's give them that. I don't know why people are buying story protocol based on the sort of, I guess if you're really in the story of like putting IP on the blockchain and stuff and the big backers behind it and stuff. Yeah, okay, fair play. Fair play. But right now, the chain, you're really buying the coin on the expectation of insane future revenue. What up, Canada? Awesome. Great to see you, man. Near has never had the network go offline since launch. That's true. That's true. Solana's definitely had that sort of like somebody flip the switch or like unplug it and plug it back in moments, but that hasn't happened in a while. And the tricky thing is that that's true. These things have happened to Solana, and yet the market keeps choosing Solana. And again, that's not to put Near down, but it's just to realize that sometimes you have this situation where you have this disconnect where a blockchain can have the right fundamentals, but if it doesn't have that right just spark, it doesn't happen. Right? Why did Solana become the thing and Near didn't become the thing? Just the right execution at the right time with the right people and the right things started happening, and it just took off. Whereas Near has really struggled to have a broad dApp ecosystem. It's got like 2 dApps, I think, at least last time I looked at it. It's got like 2 dApps that account for like 95% of the traffic on the chain, which is good to have killer dApps like that, but it doesn't have a broad ecosystem. That's kind of the problem. You going bald, Lark? Not yet. We're trying not to with the red lights. We'll see how it works out. Pendle chart. Sure. Let's have a look at the Pendle chart. It's a coin I honestly never look at. There's so many of them, guys. You can't keep track of all the coins. What do we got here for the Pendle chart? Pendle chart's been in basically a nice broad uptrend here for a while, ever since the yearly lows. So I'm putting in these nice moves here. These sort of Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Getting a bit broader there, but still grinding. So what you want to see now is another higher high come in pretty soon. Generally, it's been a nice uptrend. Generally respecting the EMAs, or at least close enough. There hasn't been major divergence from them, so looking fine. I think if you get a nice 20-day EMA hold here, or you see it dipped down, actually, I'll zoom in on that for you. It zipped down yesterday, actually, the 50-day EMA. So perhaps that's a more interesting area to watch out if you're looking for some kind of entry on this. But I don't know. Never really a coin that got a lot of my attention. Trust your gut. What do you think of reserve rights this cycle? You know, it's one of those coins that had a real potential to be big, didn't it? I remember I held reserve rights back in the day. It was exciting. Like, oh yeah, these guys are going to do big things with something. And man, it just kind of never really happened, didn't it? I mean, the chart is, let me bring a chart up here for you. Here we go. See, back in 2020, I think I was buying reserve rights in this area here, and it surged. We made some money on it. We sold it. And they were doing stuff, man. Stablecoin adoption, and stablecoins are the biggest, most exciting use case in all crypto. And I have no idea what these guys are doing today. Maybe they're doing something super big and awesome and it's going to take off and go crazy, but I have not heard anybody ask about reserve rights or talk about reserve rights or mention anything about it in a very long time. And it's struggled, but again, a lot of coins have struggled, right? I mean, it did have a decent run back here in December, but I think if you're looking for stablecoin exposure, you're probably better off looking at something like Athena, which is getting a lot more traction, a lot more excitement. People are really talking about it. They got the fee switch and all that kind of stuff coming up. I would personally prefer to put my money there versus into reserve rights. Everything crypto, my dude. Again, I want your Kaspa bag as the pump, man. Do you choose to continue to dismiss Kaspa because it can make everything you hold and mention irrelevant? Again, I understand that you think that this is like the new coming of blockchains, but maybe I'm just jaded. I've heard it all before. I've seen it all before. The question I ask when I look as an investor, not as a charitable donator to teams, right? I've done enough of that bullshit in my time and I'm not really into it, okay? As an investor who wants to make money, I look and say, okay, is this going to get traction? Is it getting traction? What kind of dev stuff is going on? Who's building on it? All that kind of stuff. And look, maybe something really big is going on there. Fine. If it's an asymmetric bet and you're going to have the big one here, and this is going to be like number 2 or 3 on the coin market cap in 5 years time, my dude, I'm going to celebrate your win. That's going to be awesome. I just don't think that's going to happen personally. Hey, maybe famous last words, and I'll look like an idiot in 5 years. But what I'm seeing from Kaspa right now, I know there's a group of very hardcore devoted people behind it who just want to talk about Kaspa all the time. And that's the best damn thing ever. From what I've seen, it's interesting, but it's just another blockchain in a sea of blockchains that hasn't really distinguished itself in a way that I think deserves my money. Your money, I don't care what the hell you do with your money. Throw all your money out for all I care, but it hasn't attracted my money. Let's just put it that way, okay? And I'm not going to say, you know, again, see you guys talk about these coins. You're like, how dare you not talk about my coin, Lark? Man, I can't talk about all the coins. I can't own all the coins. In fact, owning too many coins leads to underperformance, okay? Speak about the new big tech company, ICP. ICP is one of those coins I've not looked into enough to have a good opinion on. We've looked at it a little bit, and we were going to do a video on it back in the day, but, you know, I was making sort of explainer videos, you know, what is this coin? What's it do? Blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. You guys weren't wanting to watch them, so it's kind of a letdown for me and the team to spend, you know, the time and energy on researching and editing and all that stuff, and then we want to watch the videos, so that's problematic. But yeah, don't know. Maybe I don't know enough about what ICP is doing, and it's going to be the next big thing, and I should really throw my money into it. But you know, this is the thing. I think we ask a lot. You guys ask about a lot of coins, and I don't own most of them. Obviously, I own a very small amount of coins, in fact, and I don't have an opinion on a large amount of the coins. And it doesn't mean that I'm right in my thoughts on them and that they won't make money. ICP might make shit tons of money for you this cycle. I'm going to go 20x for all I know. And I hope that it does. I really, really hope that it does for you. But I just can't keep track of them all, man. There's too many damn coins. News on guns, just pain. Still hold my guns bag, but gosh darn, it's been nonstop being kicked in the nuts from that bag. I did the opposite. Sold my Solana for Ethereum. My ETH bag is up like 120%. Nothing wrong with rotating, man. If you catch the right times of rotations, you make a shit ton of money. Well done, David. Great trade. That's awesome, man. I love it. Good shit. Really good. Awesome. I love it. I love to hear wins. Did somebody delete your Jasmine comment? I didn't see that. If you shared a link, maybe it got auto-deleted by YouTube. But I don't know anything about Jasmine, to be honest, so I can't really tell you what the heck's going on with it. Toshi price prediction, I have no idea. Honestly, Binance futures listings are a real double-edged sword. Sometimes they lead to exciting things happening, but often Binance futures listings have a nice pump at the start and then a massive price drawdown following that. So I don't know. Maybe it's not going to happen this time. I don't follow Toshi enough to have a good price prediction for it or to even think about a price prediction for that. Dale, yes, let's celebrate a great win. I may regret selling half my Solana yesterday at 850% profit, but it's life-changing money for me. Dale, fuck yes, dude. Yes, that's amazing. Dude, 850% profits, are you kidding me? That is awesome. And if it's life-changing money for you, holy shit. Dudes, this is what we're always preaching about. If you got life-changing money on the table, go and change your life. Fuck yeah, dude. Yes, I love hearing this. This is amazing. I love it, man. It's so good. And you still have half of it. That's the crazy part. You've made life-changing money already, and you still have half the bag. So if it does go up to $500, $1,000, whatever, you can get even more life-changing money. And if some shit happens, because we don't have a crystal ball, World War fucking III could break out tomorrow, right? And everyone's fucked, and all our bags go to zero. You secured the bag, man. You secured the bag, and that gives you options. Okay? It takes the stress off. It takes the sleepless nights away. Nice. Thank you for sharing that win. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. ICP, the king of emissions. I don't know what the emission schedule is like in ICP. No. We do talk about Cardano a lot. Ondo chart. Yeah, you know what, Zach? Let's look at the Ondo chart. Let's get onto something constructive here. Let's look at the Ondo chart. Ondo Finance, of course, one of the major real world asset players. It's got a pretty interesting chart, actually. Let's put it on screen. Here we go. Ondo Finance has been looking pretty good. Now, look, obviously, it's had a huge pull down since December, but then most coins have, and very few coins are back or even close to the December all-time high. So there's still so much opportunity right now in the altcoin space. And this thing currently is 53% under the previous all-time high, but the fundamentals have only got better since that time, and it maintains mind share. People are still talking about Ondo Finance all the time. So that's a very positive thing, okay? It's got mind share, it's got liquidity, it's got narrative. Okay, so in terms of the chart itself, we maintained a decent uptrend here since the bottom back here in June. Okay, not bad. Not bad. You want to see that shorter term uptrend holding, ideally holding above the 20-day EMA, which is currently basically at. But if you lose the 20-day EMA, what you want to see hold is right around 95 cents here, which is this sort of broader uptrend. It's not pretty sloppy on drawing this line here. Right? It's a little bit more like that. Right around the edge. Let's say 95 cents. 96 cents, something like that, right around in this area. That's going to be about the 50-day EMA as well. So you want to see that hold on any kind of pullbacks here. But I mean, this thing Could be getting set up for a decent move here. It's not the cleanest chart, to be honest. There's so many different ways you could draw this, unfortunately. So I don't think it's super clean to draw a nice downtrend line on that. What I do think we have there is, I'm just going to ignore that potential sort of triple top there and draw it like that instead. So you can see what we have here. Shorter term price action. Looking kind of like this. It's not a perfectly clean top here. You might just flatten it out with the, it's not clean, but let's just say more broadly, what you have is a ascending triangle pattern. You put it like that, still a triangle pattern. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but approximately what you want to see is a decisive breakout from this pattern, right? So really getting back above these 3 price peaks here, okay? So let's say right around $1.13 to about $1.15, something like that. That's sort of the breakout box here for Ondo Finance. So right in that area, breakout price beyond this, I think that's probably a pretty big move for Ondo that would potentially send it back to new highs from there, because the technical target for that is going to be from what, $1.10 to 60 cents, about a 50-cent breakout from there. So you'd be looking at something like that, about a 50% move potentially brewing there. Back up to these potential price highs back here as potential areas of price resistance, maybe even a challenge to the previous all-time. Well, it's not the all-time high. It was the all-time high back in December. Potentially even a challenge back to the all-time high at 215, 216 or so there. So that's an interesting one. I think Ondo Finance is a decent project that's worth paying attention to. Can you check the ENA chart? We already did. Scroll back a bit in the video. Any shorts open currently? No. I've got some longs that have been in since much lower. Those are open. I've got one long open on Sui, which I don't know if it's going to survive the Fed meeting today, but you know, if it doesn't, say it'll be, it's fine. ADA, XRP, Kaspa, a lot of bags, man. A lot of people get married to their bags, man. It's okay. I understand. But the only bag I'm married to is Bitcoin. Everything else is transitory, let's say. You got to be flexible here. You know, you get too psychologically attached to holding something, or you get your personality attached. Okay, this is who I am, and holding this and being part of this community is who I am. I got news for you, man. That community you think you're part of, when the price goes up, they're going to dump on your ass, man, because game is game, okay? You're going to be the one there being like, I'm a community member. I'm going to hodl this thing for fucking decades. Everyone else is going to take profits. Well, not everyone else, but enough other people. And at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, what are you here for? Are you here to make money? My guess is you're here to make money. You're not here to contribute to whatever. Okay, it's not a charity. These crypto projects, they're not charities, man. Okay, they're blockchains, they're assets, they're things that we speculate on. And if you're speculating on something, whether you have a serious thesis about it or just throwing some money at, whatever it might be, you got to remember, you want to make money on it. You have to sell at some point. You have to take profits. When you get your identity too attached to some coin, it prevents you from taking profits. Okay? Be a profit maxi. Make money. Okay? Don't marry a coin. It's fine to participate in the community and stuff a little bit, but at the end of the day, what's important? You, your family, and what the money can do from being successful in speculating can do for you and your family. Okay, not randos and internet chat boards and shit like that. They're saying, don't sell ever, bro. It's gonna go to $1 billion. Why would you sell your XRP now? It's gonna go to $1,000, bro. Don't listen to that shit. Secure the bag, like the guy we were just talking about a few minutes ago. The dude secured the bag, man. Life-changing money. That's how you win. That's how you win. I'll see you back tomorrow. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Love you very much. See you then. Bye.